Hey, thanks everybody for listening. Here's a snapshot of what you're about to hear.
Yeah, we do talk about our Cinemark sponsor, and we have a movie.
And we have the lovely Dr. Haldeman comes in, talks about liver young rising and maybe what you can do to so you're not so angry during the springtime.
Yeah. We also talk about a new name for Addison's baby.
And I'm never going to forget what we talked about at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm never gonna forget it. We also talk about what is in a woman's purse.
And that's some hard hitting topics there, but we
Yeah.
don't forget to discuss some incidences that maybe not an incident, but the Smithsonian Museum and human origins and bathrooms,
Or is it organs?
or how the human life began in a bathroom.
You have to figure it out.
And you know what? We apologize to those of you who are watching on Spotify that all you're seeing is a logo right now, but you're welcome.
Yeah. And Brandon, hit it.
Oh yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Johnny, we are recording.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah, I will look at that. And I was out of town last week. I was in Washington, D.C. for work.
Yeah.
And I got a few things to talk about.
Really?
I do. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm born ready, but wait. Oh, never mind. Yeah, let's go.
All right. So I've been hearing, there's a certain saying that I've been hearing a lot. I know that like we've all said it. We know people who have said that. And I think we need to stop saying it.
What is it?
I will never forget.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
I will always remember, whatever derivative, like I'll never forget the moment that blah, blah, blah. Like, how do you know? How do you know you're never going to forget it?
You may have a disease that makes you forget stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
And so, like, you don't know what you're not going to remember.
yeah. So you can't say, "Oh, I'll never forget," because you could forget it.
Like, there's been times when, like, I've read old journal entries. I'm like, I didn't remember that at all. Like, it's a good thing I wrote it down because I totally forgot it. And so if I would have said, I'm never going to forget this moment, I would have forgotten it.
I want you, if I ever get a bad concussion, I want you to encourage me to keep a journal, just in case I forget what happened that week.
Well, shouldn't I encourage you to keep that journal now because you have no idea how back the memory dislog could be?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, Johnny, I'm encouraging you right now to keep a journal.
I did keep a journal for a while, but it kind of just like, I don't know, I just kind of stopped. You know?
Yeah, no, and the consistency with journal writing's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, it's hard to do it like on the daily because a lot of times you're like, I don't know, like days just become normal.
Yeah, like what did I do today? I woke up, I went to school, I came home, and I slept.
Yeah, and then like unless something extraordinary happens, but then when the extraordinary thing happens, sometimes you don't remember to write in the journal about it.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to forget the time that I gave you the motivation.
Sorry.
I know,
sorry.
dude, you've been coughing for like
2 weeks now.
Look, this is a podcast that we promote healthy products and a healthy lifestyle along with a good family father-son relationship.
But I'm trying to have an unhealthy lifestyle, and this is what's happening.
I know your coughing is really putting a drag on our ability to promote product.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know.
Here's the good news, right? So your buddy also is suffering the same ailment with which you have.
Yeah.
And he's a lot worse than you are.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he has.
I mean, I think I don't know. I think he like got eaten by an animal or something.
Oh, yeah. That happened to me one time.
Animalitis.
That happened to me one time, but I escaped just fine.
So I'm never going to forget, or I'll always remember. Like, just like, what next time you hear it, I just want you to raise your hand and say, I'm calling bullcrap.
Yeah.
You don't know that. You don't know that you're never going to forget this.
You're like, forget what?
Forget you, man.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the things I did when I was there, in fact, I'm going to show you this picture. I don't know if you saw this picture. So we had a little bit of downtime when we were there. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of downtime. And so I'll share this, this picture. So we went to one of the Smithsonian museums.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was probably the worst one we could have gone to because we went to the Natural History Museum. And so when we were there, I saw this picture, like this, like directional.
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay, so for those of you who aren't looking at it, so I'm at the Natural History Museum, and like there's these huge like walkway, and it says like, oh, like here's this exhibit for like animal life or whatever. And so this particular one says human origins. That's like a big on top of it, and below it in slightly smaller, but also big letters, it says to mammals and restrooms.
Wait, what?
Human origins
Yeah.
to mammals and restrooms.
Um,
So I feel like, are they saying that human life originated in a restroom? Question mark.
I don't know, but I thought that.
Or is it like a museum of like? Because I didn't go to this area. Like is this like an exhibit, like an interactive exhibit of bathrooms? Like, hey,
I don't know.
look, everyone, let's try this bathroom out. And like you're on display. Like you think you're in a private restroom and you're not.
Flush this toilet. I'm gonna hang back for a little bit.
Look, this this toilet flushes counterclockwise. What?
Yeah. I actually thought that said human organs.
I looked at it fast, maybe a little too
Yeah.
fast.
But also, somebody told me that in Australia or like on the other side of the world, it goes backwards.
So that's a Simpsons episode, and I mean, I think basically the way the toilet flushes is dependent upon the
way the jet pushes.
Yeah. Now, what would be interesting, right, is like, so if you think of like the swirlies, what are those things called?
Yeah.
Like the whirlpool, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if do those go in the same direction? Because when those are formed, like that's not dependent upon like the flushing of the toilet.
Yeah. Or maybe it is.
Well,
Like
no,
you
because
flush
like
your toilet.
like
and
there's, I
another-
don't know if you guys ever got it. Like when I was a kid, like there was this thing we would get, like, so it would connect 2-liter bottles.
Yeah.
It's like those big 2-liter bottles of soda. And so it was like a little connection. Like you would fill up one 2-liter bottle with water.
Yeah.
Like, and then you'd put this little cap on it, and then you'd plug in an empty 2-liter bottle, and then you'd flip it upside down, and it would create this whirlpool.
Oh.
And so, and it was kind of cool. It was like kind of cool to watch as the water like kind of sucks down and goes to the other bottle. So the question I have is, if you do that below the equator, does that go in the different direction?
I don't know.
That's a question that really scientists need to study. Like there's this, I don't know how much you follow politics. Like there's this Doge stuff.
Very, very deeply.
So like there's this team of individuals that are going in and they're looking at ways that there's government waste. And so like there's like these really weird studies that they found. And they're like, yeah, we're cutting funding for that. But what we need funding
for
whirlpools
study. Yeah.
Above and below the equator.
Yeah. You told me there's like this weird one, and there's like they're studying like, do the wheels on the bus actually go round and round?
So that was more sarcasm. That was somebody being sarcastic. That's not a real thing.
Oh.
But it'd be funny if it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was just being snarky.
Oh.
They did not ever find out if the wheels on the bus did go round and round, though.
Yeah, I wonder how they figure that out. Like, that's a pretty hard thing to study. I wonder how much they're paying those guys. You know, because like, how are you supposed to? Where is the evidence that it does? It might just not.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, whether they did or didn't, who really cares?
The kids.
Well,
this is for the children.
The
of the
song
world.
says it goes round and round, so I think we have to believe that it does.
Yeah.
All right, here's another hard-hitting topic I want to address with you.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm in DC. We are meeting with our elected officials.
Ooh.
Right. So these are people you've seen commercials for and against every single one of these individuals.
Yeah.
Right. Like we met with Catherine Cortez Masto.
Ooh, heard bad things.
So all right, go give me your commercial on her.
Catherine Cortez Masto is not for us.
Yeah.
You know.
But she is. I mean, like regardless of where you're at politically, like every politician is going to have certain things that align with your beliefs, and they're all going to have stuff that doesn't align with your beliefs, and that's whatever. So, you know, we met with all of them. I'm there representing like my company and the industry that I'm with. But as we're hiking, like we had a lady that we work with. Her daughter-in-law works in the office of one of the people we were meeting with.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to bring her some candy. Like, hey, thanks for helping us out. You're awesome. You know, she's just a good lady. Like, so kind of bringing her a little present from mom, but also from us.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I don't want to carry it. Like, we bought her a bunch of M&Ms. Like, there's a myriad of M&Ms. We bought her the plain. We bought her peanut.
Ooh.
We bought her peanut butter and jelly M&Ms, which
Wait,
I've never heard of that. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly M&Ms is a thing.
I thought it was just peanut butter.
No, they had peanut butter and jelly M&Ms. I didn't eat it because I'm not eating sweets, but I'm curious to get some feedback as to how they taste.
Yeah.
I think we got her pretzel M&Ms and maybe some caramel ones as well.
Ooh, everybody says that like the peanut butter ones or the peanut ones are the best. Caramel are the best.
To me, you get the caramel and the pretzel ones together, and that's a mighty delicious treat.
I've never had the pretzel ones.
Well, you mix it with the caramel and you're in heaven. It's like a Take 5, basically.
I don't think I've had a Take 5 either.
So anyway, so I don't want to carry these M&Ms all over the place, and so I asked one of the ladies that was with us, like, hey, could we put this in your purse?
Yeah.
She was kind of being a little snarky back to me. It was like, she didn't want to. I said, fine. You know what? I don't want to use your purse. I'm just going to carry them in this Walgreens bag, which is what I did, which is fine. But
Yeah.
it brings up the topic, which I now want to talk about, is what is in a woman's purse? And so that is the question I have for you, Jonathan. So it's kind of twofold. One is, would you ever carry your purse?
Me?
And two, if you were, what would you carry in the purse? And then the third, what do you think women carry in their purses?
Okay, so number one, would I ever carry a purse? Right? Is that,
Sure.
all right.
I can't remember even all the questions asked. I just know there's
Yeah.
3 of them.
I will never forget. Wait, no. No, if I would carry a purse if my wife in the future, I don't have a wife right now, had to go to the bathroom and asked me to carry her purse.
All right, so that's just you doing a man thing, right? Like, all right, like,
Yeah.
so when I do this annoys Renee, but so she'll say, hey, can you hold my bag for me real quick? Like, she has to go to the bathroom, whatever it is. And so rather than holding it like she does, like by the handles,
Yeah.
I grip the handles like as if it was like a chicken I was trying to strangle.
Trying to strangle a chicken.
And I'm like, yeah, just hold on to it. Like, because I'm clearly like demasculating this person. Like, I want nothing to do with you. I'm doing this out of duty, and this is not my purse.
Yeah. I think I would also do it if I had to do that for like a dare or something, but I don't think I would carry a purse.
Great. So you're not gonna be like, oh man, I got all these things I want to carry, and I can't put in my pocket, so I'm gonna. So all right,
I'll bring a backpack.
there. Okay, so you're not gonna carry a purse. What do you think women carry in purses?
I probably like lipstick, money, like a wallet of some sort. Probably just like other products for like facial products or something. I don't know, like a phone. I don't know.
Have you ever tried to go through mom's purse? Like, have you ever like, hey mom, I need something? She goes, oh, it's in my purse, and so you try to find it in her purse.
Yeah,
How has that gone for you?
terrible.
It's
like
right.
yeah, you like.
It's in the front pocket and the side.
Wait, what? You're like.
Wait, is it on the front or the side?
Yeah,
And so you're looking in the front pocket. It's like, no, it's not the front pocket on the inside. You're like,
on the inside, and then you can't figure out which side's the front.
like literally, like whenever Renee's like, it's in my purse. Like I just go grab the purse. I carry it like I'm strangling a chicken.
Yeah.
I bring it to her, and then I go, you just gotta find it.
Yeah.
I don't like. And then she like, cause I've spent minutes, like 10 minutes looking for an item. Like I'm basically about to dump everything out.
Yeah.
Which I know, and then I have to put it back, and there's no way it's going to go back how it came out.
Yeah.
And then like I still can't find the item.
I think magicians use woman's purses like look inside this. There's nothing in there, right? And you're like, look again, and they pull out an umbrella. You know?
Yeah. Like how did you get that? Not like the compact umbrella, like the
Yeah.
huge long one that
Yeah.
could be used as a fencing sword.
Yeah. They pull out a bunny. You're like, where did that rabbit come from?
And then it's not just a rabbit. There's like a whole like living quarters for it.
Yeah. Yeah. They pull out the cage too.
Yeah, and it's what's funny is like, okay, so typical day, right? Or it's Friday night, you're hanging out with your friends.
Yeah.
What's in your pockets?
Probably my phone, my wallet, and sometimes I'll have chapstick.
Okay,
But
so
if like my lips are chapped. you
yeah,
know?
yeah. But so I mean, but maybe even just your phone, or maybe your
Yeah.
phone in your wallet, or maybe your phone you just take $10 or $20 or whatever, right?
I barely take money because then people are like, I'm like, oh, I don't have money. You have to buy something for me now. Like, oh man, I really want this. It'd be
Yeah.
amazing if somebody,
Boy, that taco looks really good. I wish I had money so I could have a taco.
Yeah.
Dude, that goes back to what I was talking about like last week or 2 weeks
the-
ago about like you're a half step away from being a permanent camper.
Yeah.
Like you're prepping for it right now.
You're like, yeah, man. I swear I would pay anybody back that.
Yeah, I
bought
got
me
you
that
back, buddy.
taco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you more than what like And then they're like, "Hey, Johnny, remember you owed me for that taco?"
Yeah, what taco?
I'll never forget the day you gave me that taco. What taco?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you call a callback right there. That's
Yeah.
what we did unintentionally was a comedy gold routine right there.
Yeah. And we just did that. Like that just shows how linked our minds are.
It's like we finish each other's
Sandwiches.
amen, brother.
Yeah.
What kind of sandwich is it? Hold on, wait, hold on. I want you to think what kind of sandwich it is. On the count of 3, we're gonna say what the sandwich is. I'm gonna get it in my mind.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Peanut butter and
Firehouse
jelly,
subs.
Firehouse subs.
Whatever that brisket one I always get, man. It's so good.
Oh, I don't know. I thought we were just talking normal sandwiches.
Well, I mean, that sandwich sounds kind of good to me right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Sandwiches are pretty good, but have you ever had a Philly cheesesteak? Because I have not.
You haven't had Philly cheesesteak?
I don't know.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're sometime this month, we will go to Pops. So there's a place, Decatur and Alta, and we will go to Pops. We'll get a Firehouse sub.
Not a sponsor.
Oh, excuse me. We'll get a cheesesteak, Philly cheesesteak, not a Firehouse sub.
Yeah.
We will get a Philly cheesesteak. So they have all the different kinds, but to me, I think in Vegas, I don't know one that's better in Vegas, but I think that one is like the most like Philly cheesesteak authentic.
We just need to go to Philly and ask for some cheese and some steak and a couple pieces of bread.
There you go. All right, let's get some sponsors out. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's finish with purse talk. So I was talking to these, like, what's in your purse? And for the most part, it was a lot of what you said, but then they had so many extras. Like they had just snacks, like just food. You know, and so you're like, remember The Office when Jim and Pam were getting married, and Michael Scott goes up to Pam's mom and he goes, "Hey, you look like a grandma mom type. Like, do you have any food in your purse?"
Yeah, and she was like a fruit lover.
And she did. And it was like, "Oh, it's blueberry. Okay, I guess." Anyway, so that's like she just had snacks.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's just like random things that you're like, you might need, like if you were camping in the woods for a year and a half.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, turns out I do have that nail file or whatever. I don't know.
Permanent camper, just steal a woman's purse.
Yeah, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. 2 months later, you're like, God dang, I need a new purse.
Yeah. And so, anyway, so I actually did a search of like what are the most common contents, and it's really not that exciting. I guarantee you, like if you're a woman and you're listening to this, you have stuff in your purse that you don't need in there.
Yeah. And purses are too expensive. They're over expensive.
Okay, that's a whole different topic. I'm not even ready to discuss that. Like the stupidity of like, okay, like you can go to Costco. Like Renee just went to Costco, bought some like backpack purse thing that she's actually been really liking. I think she.
Oh yeah, I saw that thing. It looks yeah.
So I don't know. My guess is it's less than $100.
Yeah.
It's probably around 50 is what I would guess it's going to cost. If we can get her to come on this episode, we can ask her about that. But like people would pay $1,500. People pay thousands of dollars for like a Prada Gucci handbag. Like that makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah. Like why? Like yeah, I don't know. And like also they'll buy things and wear it for one date and then never wear it again.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that about
yeah,
you know, like these dresses that Renee will wear once, maybe twice if I can convince her it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, whatever. All right, let's do Cinemark.
Yeah.
The segment's brought to you by Cinemark. Go get your movie pass, $10 a month. I noticed they're doing this thing where they're having like these sequels, like these movies, these trilogies or whatever. Yeah. So like they're having the Hunger Games, and so you can like go and watch all the Hunger Games or whatever. So go you know, get your movie pass, $10 a month.
Yeah. 25% off on concessions.
Yeah, I think it's 20% off on concessions.
Yeah.
Did you watch any movies of late that you want to talk about?
We watched a movie, but it wasn't really that good.
The one last night?
No, the one about that lady getting kidnapped and stuff. You remember? Last week.
I don't remember. That's how remarkable it was.
Yeah, well, basically, she just gets kidnapped. Like she's like an adult too.
I'll never forget that movie. Yeah. I don't remember it all.
She gets kidnapped, and then this like guy with the. You remember he had that cool mustache?
Oh yeah. Glasses. That's right.
And she stepped on a stick.
Yes.
And then
she was making way too many noises for somebody who's trying to sneakily get away.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? She's like, oh.
Like I get it, like you're in pain and stuff, but like you have some predator creep dude like who we locked you up in your basement, his basement,
Yeah.
Like you just be quiet at that point, and I don't care how much pain you're in. You just swallow it,
yeah.
and you let your adrenaline take over.
And also, there's a part, if you want to watch this movie, then skip past this. But there's a part where he literally drives up and he's like looking for her, and she like hears the car, and she's standing straight
Yeah.
up, like you hear the car like get down low, so he stops and he's burying this dude or whatever, and so then she's like, oh, I'm gonna go sneak in the car, get in the car, and get out, but like she gets in, and the key is gone because he took out.
Of course,
the
you're
key.
gonna take the keys out.
Yeah,
Like
like
just stupid. Just
what are you thinking? Like,
there's I don't even want to talk about that movie because it really was like on a scale of like 1 to 10, it's like a 4 to 5. Like
yeah,
it was not
it
very
was
good.
definitely a 3.5.
I watched. Well, I don't know. I watched a lot of movies when I was on the plane.
Yeah.
There's a show called Your Honor on Netflix. I got into that.
Oh, is it good?
And I enjoyed it. It's to me, it was. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to spend more time on it, but to me, it was worth the watch.
Yeah.
So we've also been watching on Peacock.
St. Dennis Medical.
Yeah, and that to me is hilarious. So
Yeah.
if you're a fan of The Office, you need to watch it.
Yeah, or like if you ever watch Parks and Rec and stuff like that, just watch St. Dennis Medical, Peacock and NBC, and the episodes come out on Wednesday. But this Wednesday they didn't come out, and I'm very disappointed.
Man, that hurt. Like you are feeling the pain that I used to feel as a young man, where like you had your show, like
Yeah.
Seinfeld was on Thursday night at 9:00, and you loved it, and then all of a sudden like Thursday comes, and you're like, wait, there's not a new episode. They showed a rerun. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
It was tough. It was a hard life I used to live.
I'm living a hard life now.
Yeah, you are. So that brings me, something else I've been thinking about. A lot of times we say, oh, these are the good old days.
Yeah,
I want to ask, were the good old days really that good?
probably not.
Like I think of like my good old days. Like if I think like what my good old days would have been, so my good old days probably were like my high school days.
Yeah,
And there was things that were a lot of fun about it, but like I didn't have a cell phone.
what?
There's no social media.
Oh, I don't care about social media.
There was no podcasts.
Oh, you did not have a podcast.
I didn't
with
even
your
have a
dad?
son back then,
What?
right?
In high school?
Yeah, I didn't have any kids in high school.
You don't have a son, but you had a daughter. That's
And I'll never forget her.
Yeah. Wait, which daughter again?
What's your name?
Yeah.
Like I think there's things that about the good old days, and I don't know what that means. Like I don't know how we
The
define
good old days.
like if you like, oh, back in my day, like you could buy candy for a nickel or something. Like I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
that's the good old days. I don't know. Like in some ways they're more simple, and so that makes it better. But I think there's also things where you're like, it's kind of nice having a lot of the luxuries that we enjoy today.
Yeah. I remember Grandpa actually told me, like, when I was a kid, we would buy candy for like 5 cents or something. I don't know, maybe even less than that. I don't know, but
He used to wear an onion on his belt.
yeah, because that was the style those days.
Simpsons reference.
But yeah. So I remember my good old days when I was really young, like 5 years old. I would sleep most of the day. I'd watch an episode of The Cat in the Hat, and I would eat a sandwich that Mom made for me, and then I would go back to sleep, and I would hang out with Ralph all day.
Yeah, I mean, you have there's a vintage clip that we need to probably bring
Yeah.
back up. I'm not prepared to do that today, but next week, let's write this down. Let's remember this to bring back the video of this clip
Yeah.
of the sandwich, probably of which you're thinking about right now, of like how you'll never forget.
Yeah, I will never forget that. It's pretty wild. It's a wild ride.
It's a wild ride. That's that's a tease that you guys are gonna have to wait at least a week for.
Yeah.
Speaking of teases, we've been teasing this kid for a while about giving him a shout out, and it's happening right now.
Oh yeah.
Finn, you are getting a shout out. Thank
Yeah.
you for being a listener. We love you. We love your whole family. Your family's great.
Yeah.
Are you gonna marry his sister?
I don't know. Like I got a lot of options, so.
You do. But I mean, hopefully we can find a way to make Finn's family part of our family. I mean, they're our neighbors.
Yeah.
They look down on us literally, like their house is a little bit higher.
I remember the first time I actually saw their house. I was so disappointed because I always look up to them and like, wow, I wonder what it's like up there. And then then I saw their backyard and I was like, man, this isn't really as good as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like this 50 like acre like giant mansion, you know.
Turns out it's just a normal, nice backyard with a
Yeah.
pool and
Yeah, like
yeah, it's life.
yeah,
But Finn, thank you for listening. We love. In fact, you know what's funny? Finn's not the only listener in the family. Like, there's many. I think most of the family is a supporter of the podcast.
really.
Yeah, because like I know. Shoot, why am I drawing a blank? His brother,
Oh, Bennett.
Bennett's a listener.
Oh,
I think Jamie listens every now and then.
what the heck?
I don't know. We might have just lost a video.
Yeah, what the heck?
I don't know.
We just got hacked.
We just got hacked.
Yeah, I don't.
It's okay. Hey, look, most people aren't watching us on Spotify anyway.
Yeah, but if you were, then we're sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry the screen just went black and now you're looking at the Cats in the Cradle logo.
But you gotta admit it's a pretty nice logo.
Speaking of how amazing this logo is, this week we are getting shirts.
And
So I'm doing a very small order. And so basically I'm giving shirts to my family.
yeah,
But this now is going to force my hand to form a website. I'm going to do it.
oh my
And
goodness.
then so if you want, the website, next week we'll start teasing you with the website, giving you details on that. And then you can start ordering a shirt. If you really want a shirt and you know me, you got my number, send me a text. We can get you a shirt.
yeah, with the fee of $50.
Well, it won't
No,
be
I'm
that
jo- I'm
much.
joking, I'm
I mean,
joking.
basically what it'll be is like whatever the cost is, that's what it's going to be. So,
Yeah,
for now, until we're huge, then there's going to be massive markup on it.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like shirts sometimes are so expensive. Like you go to these basketball games or
It's
whatever.
crazy.
Like, why would you buy a shirt for like literally $100 almost?
Well, like the hoodie, so like we're getting hoodies, like I'm getting you and me a hoodie.
Actually,
Yeah, happy belated birthday.
just
But the cost on that is $38.50. Like that's the cost. I'm like, that's a
Really?
lot. That just seems like a lot to me.
yeah,
Like that's no markup. Like that's just what it is. It's $38.50.
exactly.
Yeah.
What about taxes?
No, I don't know. That's whatever the guy. I don't know if he finagled it so the tax are included. I don't know.
Wait, hold it. Is he making them?
Yeah.
I bet. I don't know, cause like
I'm sure he's making money off of it. But
yeah.
like, if I wanted to, like, that's what he's charging me is $38.
It might be like one of the like I don't know, not like a pyramid scheme,
It's a
but
pyramid scheme.
yeah, but like
It's a Ponzi scheme.
it's like these people are original and they give these people shirts and
Well,
they
no,
give
that's how it
this
works.
guy
Yeah,
shirts.
so this guy buys in bulk, so he'll buy a bunch of stuff, material in bulk. So
Yeah.
he gets it for less. Then he has to he has to put the artwork on it, and then he sells it to me. So he's doing some labor. He's making some money.
Yeah,
And then like there's like a bunch of middlemen in this one.
middlemen.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it's a sexist thing because they're only men.
middlemen and women.
Okay, so when I was flying, I flew on American Airlines. You've never flown on American. I think you've only done Southwest.
Yeah.
So American Airlines has a first class section.
Ooh.
So these people have bigger, wider seats. There's 20 people on the plane that have the luxury of being in first class.
Were you first class?
I was not.
Oh.
But I was the row right behind first class, which means nothing other than I'm closer to first class than not.
And you can look through the curtain sometimes.
And that's what I want to talk about is the curtain.
Yeah.
So they do have a curtain that separates first class. Like they're better than everyone else. We all know it because
Yeah.
they're getting like drink service before the plane's even taken off.
Really.
They can get free alcohol if they want it, whatever. They're getting like a meal on the plane. I'm not getting a meal.
Alright, I'll take the prime rib.
And so yeah, like
I don't know how I did
so
that.
it's like a
accent.
microwave prime rib. You're like, oh, this is a delicious TV dinner.
Yeah.
But so the curtain that they have that separates, it's literally a mesh curtain.
What does that mean?
It means like it's see-through.
Oh.
I can see everything that's going on in there. So it's like, oh, we have this curtain for privacy. Well, guess what? It's not private because I can see through it. I can see you. It's like if I was like, hey, Johnny, you can't see what I'm doing. And you're like, you're right in front of me. I can clearly
Yeah.
see you. No, you can't because I can't see you. You're like, I can still
your
see.
eyes are closed.
yeah. You can't see. It's like a little kid. Like, you can't see me.
Yeah.
Um,
But also, I think that's kind of like I don't know what show it was, but these people were like in a police station, and they're like they're looking through the mirror.
The one-way mirror.
Yeah, the one-way mirror. But they hadn't put the one-way mirror in yet, so they're just looking, they're just looking at the guy, and the guy's just looking at them.
Like, you idiots.
Yeah, it was so funny.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, let's get our second sponsor, and I'm gonna get Doc R. Haldeman in here.
All right.
So we're just gonna pause for a quick second. We're gonna get Doc R. Haldeman in here, and then we're gonna have a quick moment with her. All right, I think we just experienced one of the most difficult technological failures.
Yeah. I don't, oh my goodness.
I mean, we're not old. But I mean, sometimes whatever. Okay. We're happy to have Doc R. Haldeman with us.
Yeah, welcome, Doc.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we don't want to have a ton of time with you today, just because the podcast is funny, and you're not funny, but whatever. All
Message received.
You're too beautiful.
Okay, so you've been saying this a lot lately, and I want you to talk about liver yang rising. Just kind of give us a rundown. What the heck is that?
Okay, so when the spring, when the seasons change and you start to see the weeds start to grow in the yard and there's little blossoms on the tree, you see a little life coming about around the earth, and that's called liver yang rising. That's the energy of the liver moving, growing, and so it's indicating changes within the body as well. That whatever you see in nature will be reflected and manifested in the body. So liver yang rising can mean many things. If you have a perfectly healthy liver, then you will have no symptoms, but just feel more vitality, more movement, the ability to wake up kind of a little more refreshed, just a little more energy in the world, and I mean in your body. But if most likely everybody does not have a perfect internal environment, and so what we see during this time of year is more anger, road rage, jock itch. We see rashes all over the body. We can see insomnia. We see headaches. What else would there be? Yeah, those are just lots of different symptoms that indicate that there is a huge shift in the atmosphere. There is a phenomenon called the big surge. I think it's called, the translation. It's the porroca. It's when the sun, the moon, and the earth align. It happens to be this next week. The energy in the earth will shift, and something that can help us to understand this, kind of a little example in nature, is we don't live by the Amazon River, but this same thing happens here as it does down by where the Amazon River is at a different time. But the Amazon River will flow against its current, and that being the largest river, it can indicate a shift in the environment. So that energy causes the seas to kind of overflow and then cause the river to shift against its current. So if our bodies are 70% moist water internally, then why would that not mean something shifting within our own body as well? So we'll have all kinds of symptoms that I already described. So,
all right. So, I had my holiday treats. I've been eating a lot of sugar. I'm just putting a scenario together, right? And so now the springtime is coming, and I'm starting to feel these things. So what can I do to stop me from feeling that anger, that rage, all those other things?
It's kind of interesting because even in religious history or religious practices, they have Lent and, these little fasts that people do. That's a good time to really kind of be a little bit more strict with your nutrition, going without the abundance of sugar. I mean, it's hard. People love that kind of. We all love that kind of stuff, and so just doing a fast, like doing a little 40-day fast where you're going without your sugar or going without the bread 3 meals a day or that kind of a thing. So having more vegetables, more proteins, more bone broths, like things that are very simple and very, very clean would be a really great thing to help jumpstart the cleanliness of the liver and kind of revamp the body's chemistry.
Okay. Is there any herbs of the week you would like to talk about anything you've seen, and people, some of your patients maybe been taken and they've been seeing some benefits.
Yes, there is a very simple herbal combination. It's called Xiaoyao Gansao, and that is
Hold on, Johnny, spell it.
SXYO. Is that right? Nah.
Getting there.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so it's white peony and licorice root, and the combination of those two are extremely soothing for the liver, and it helps to get the liver flowing and energetically where it needs to be. So, one thing I also forgot to mention, like people getting like a kink in their back or their shoulders starting to hurt, or just a lot of pain in the muscle or tendons and that kind of a thing will be because of this seasonal transition. And the Xiao Gansao is extremely beneficial for this time of year. A lot of times too, another combination is Sheng Mai San, which is it's a very simple formula as well, except for I think there's 4 herbs in there, and it is helpful for moving your qi, your energy. So it's the switch from the kind of sluggish, warm kind of hibernation blood, the thicker kind of warming blood, to the thinner, the faster kind of cooling, because we're coming into warmer seasons, warmer temperatures. And that will help to move your energy a little bit better.
All right, Renee, or Dr. Haldeman, thank you so much for your time. Also, a quick shout out. We noticed that the latest blog from the company newsletter, you had a published article in there. So very exciting.
Yes.
Some good reading material right there for you.
Thank you.
So, go to iWholeHealth.com or go see Renee at Renaissance Health Center. You can call her at
702-258-7860.
All right. Free consultation. She's great. All right. Thanks for joining us, the lovely Dr. Haldeman.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, she's a wealth of knowledge.
Yep. I love that Doc R. Haldeman.
Love that Doc R. Haldeman. Okay. Any parting thoughts that you want to, words of wisdom that we should end off with?
Do not buy a very expensive purse.
It's wise. Oh, one last thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
We were talking to Addison yesterday. Obviously, she's pregnant.
Oh, my goodness.
We're very excited for baby brother to be coming along. One thing that's challenging is picking a name.
Yeah.
I've come up with an old school name that needs to be resurrected.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this name?
Oh, I already know it.
And are you on board?
I am totally on board.
Okay.
And I will actually be disappointed if Addison does not choose his name.
I mean, yeah. It's basically like a punch in the face. It's her saying, "You're not my kid's grandpa.
Yeah.
You're no longer Grandpa Homer to to your grandkids if she does this."
Yeah.
The name, of course, is Ebenezer.
Yeah, and they can call him Scrooge for short.
I mean, bring it back. Like at one point, it was a very popular name. I don't know, was it the Charles Dickens' A Christmas Story that ruined it?
Yeah, you never know.
But if you think about it, like, okay, sure, Ebenezer was a jerk, but it's how he ended his life. Like he ended his life on top. Like he was the most charitable of charitable individuals. So Ebenezer should be a celebrated name.
Yeah, instead of people were like, "Don't be a Scrooge," and Scrooge is a good thing.
Scrooge, yeah, seriously.
Yeah, like around Christmas time, like, "Oh, I can't go out. I am donating too many charities," and they're like, "Don't be a Scrooge.
Don't be a Scrooge." And he's like, "Wait, don't be a good guy that gives the goose to Mighty Mouse or Tiny Tim or whatever his name is."
Tiny Tim.
That Mighty Mouse. Oh man, I'm special needs.
Yeah, that one sprung up on me. Sure did, Mighty Mouse.
So Addison, you have your marching orders: Ebenezer or else.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Have a good one.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.